Today we are reviewing the brand new Freebeat MorphRover, which the best way to describe this is if you took a Peloton bike and an electric outdoor bike and combined the two together, and that hybrid between the two, because of the design decisions like the auto-adjusting resistance while riding indoors, and the fact that when you ride the bike with indoor classes, it charges up the battery so that you never have to even plug it in. These and other decisions have made the Freebeat MorphRover one of my favorite fitness devices this year, and easily is currently my favorite bike. In fact, because of this bike, I went ahead and for the first time in over 2 years, went and canceled my Peloton membership because I personally enjoy this so much more. So we're going to dig into all of it, and if you appreciate unbiased reviews that get right to the point without wasting your time, make sure to like this video and subscribe to Connect the Watts to stay up to date on the latest in fitness tech. So first off, the Freebeat MorphRover currently comes with 3 color options: Sahara Sand, Sage Green, and what I have here is Midnight Black. And you can get this with either the high step frame or a step through frame, depending on your height. Now, I went ahead and got the step through frame just because I thought it would be a fun bike to be able to share with my wife, especially with the indoor rides. And though they say the step through height is good for heights up to 6 feet, at 5'9", I'm sort of maxing out the height for this bike, so I would suggest going with the high step frame if you're any taller than me. The MorphRover comes with a Shimano 8-speed drivetrain, weighs about 77 pounds, has hydraulic disc brakes, a front hydraulic suspension, and 4-inch fat tires to help make the bike more accessible on a variety of terrain. And on the handlebars is a 3.5-inch backlit LCD display that'll show you your speed, your battery, assist level, and more, as well as a thumb control and integrated LED light. And of course, within the bike frame is a removable 720 watt-hour battery that powers its 750 watt motor, which can take you up to 60 miles on a full charge and bring you to speeds up to 28 miles per hour. So let's talk first about this battery, because this is definitely one of the most unique features of this bike and is something that I really like, because unlike most electric bike batteries, this one never needs to be plugged in, as it can be entirely recharged by your own pedaling when set up on the trainer indoors. And the Freebeat MorphRover comes with a trainer stand to easily set the bike on, and even a fully integrated indoor mode, which I'll talk more in depth about later. Now, the reason I really like the setup is because for me, when I'm riding indoors, that's really where I do my hard training and where I put all of my efforts to get fitter. And when I'm riding outdoors, that's mostly just for fun, to cruise around or to go somewhere. And so by allowing the battery to be recharged by putting in the effort indoor, it gives me sort of this reward where I earn the battery life that'll allow me to enjoy and cruise around outdoors. Now, on the website, Freebeat says that 30 minutes of riding can give you 10 miles of outdoor riding, or about 16% of its battery life. And while this is possible if you're pushing hard, I would say that realistically, it's about 8 to 16% of battery life for a 30-minute ride, depending on your output. So just be aware that you will need to put in some effort to get that battery charged up, which again, for me, I think is great because it gives me more motivation to ride on it more often. And worst case scenario, if you really want to charge the battery the old-fashioned way, you can do that too. Now, in terms of the battery being able to take you 60 miles, I think that is possible depending on your weight and the terrain. But again, I would give it more of a range of 30 to 60 miles based upon my testing, closer to 30 if you weigh 200 pounds like me or are riding through less than ideal conditions like up an incline. That said, the 750 watt motor is an absolute blast and gives you some serious speed. For my testing, the speed had a top limit of around 20 to 21 miles per hour, which I don't know, for me, that feels fast and is way more speed than I would typically be cruising around on. But I also did notice right before filming this review that the website has been updated to say that the Freebeat MorphRover has an option to be unlocked up to a max speed of 28 miles per hour. And I asked Freebeat about this, and they said that that unlock function should be available in about 2 to 3 more weeks. So unfortunately, I was not able to test it out myself. My only real complaint about taking this bike outdoors is I do wish there were more than 8 gears, as it is hard to build a ton of speed yourself without using that motor. And when you do use the motor, once you get up past 15 miles per hour or so, your legs really start to provide nothing to the experience. But that's okay, because again, in my case, I'm using these outdoor rides just to cruise and have fun, and I'm saving my hard workout and training all for the indoor rides. And the indoor setup and integration with the Freebeat MorphRover is absolutely fantastic as well. Once you set the bike up on the trainer, you can change everything over to indoor mode via the LED display or your phone or tablet. And in this mode, now you can easily adjust the resistance anywhere from levels 1 to 100, similar to that of like a Peloton bike. And on the app, you can just have it track your ride as you watch a show on Netflix, or you can take on one of their many outdoor scenic rides or rhythm-based workouts, and of course, instructor-led classes as well, all of which I'd found to be surprisingly good. And I really like some of the competitive and gamified components here, as you get scored based on how close to the beat of the music you are, which is also multiplied by your power output. So you're really trying to push yourself, but also be on the cadence of the music. And really it adds up to be a ton of fun. And to the classes, to be honest, I'm a little sick of instructor-led classes at this point, just because I've been covering them for years now, but I like these because the instructors were actually really good and the focus was much more on the music itself. And so it really made the workouts go by fast and I found them enjoyable. And you can take these rhythm-based classes without instructors as well, which I really like having that as an option. So you can just focus on the music and your cadence and of course your effort. There are also some strength and mobility classes you can take here as well, but that's not the specialty here. Now, the only thing I sort of disliked about this indoor experience is that some of these classes are taught on a more traditional bike by Freebeat, and so sometimes the instructors will ask you to get out of your saddle or off your seat while you ride. And with the MorphRover, that doesn't really feel possible with however this resistance is created. You just sort of lock up, so you can't really ride out of the saddle here. Now, I guess the only other thing which is both positive and negative is that there isn't a screen, so you will need to set up something for your phone or tablet or have it all casted to your TV. But I do wish they had provided something to at least hold your phone onto the handlebars, though you can easily buy something for that purpose on your own. The membership here costs around $40 per month for these classes and rhythm games, but don't worry, you can still control the indoor resistance while watching shows or whatever you would like without a membership should you find that the classes are not your thing. So look, the Freebeat MorphRover has managed to really scratch an itch I didn't even know I had, and that is to combine both an indoor bike with an electric bike. And the result is really a fantastic experience on both ends. I get the indoor cycling classes that provide motivation and allow me to get in some hard training, and at the same time generate power to be later used on some outdoor cruising and traveling around town. The fact that the two integrate so well together and potentially save you a lot of money by not having, for example, to have a Peloton bike and an electric bike, well, I think the Freebeat really hit a slam dunk here, and I highly recommend checking it out. As always, this is Colin Jenkins with Connect the Watts. Appreciate you being here, and I'll see you next time.